Exterior, Damien's restaurant. Monday evening, December 2nd, 2024. A light drizzle falls as people trickle into the small corner restaurant. The windows are fogged with warmth and activity inside. A hand-lettered sign is taped to the door. Community dinner tonight. Food, music, all are welcome. Kids too. Interior Damien's restaurant. Same night, inside is friendly chaos. Folding chairs along the walls are filling up. People line up for food as steam rises from crock pots and aluminum trays. Homemade dishes are labeled in marker: tamales, falafel, pierogies, plantains, mac and cheese, vegan. Kids run around with paper plates, navigating the crowd. In the corner, a low table has crayons, markers, puzzles. A guitarist plays softly in the corner. Damien stands behind the counter, apron on, dishing out food. To Leah.
I think this event will be good for my business.
Suzanne tapes a flyer to the window. Eric passes out soda cakes. Nadia speaks quietly with Jason. She gestures to her daughter, who is giggling with another kid. Allison and Dennis chat with a younger couple. Allison shows them a clipboard with a sheet titled, Interested in Gatherings. They add their names and emails next to the numbers 22 and 23. Shows it to Dennis.
Wow, with the people who want to come back, we have almost enough for 2 more gatherings.
Dennis.
We can add those gatherings to the website, but who's going to facilitate them? Do you think Jimena and Lenny will do them all?
People continue talking, lingering, even as dishes empty and music gets quiet. Nadia looks around the room. She catches Eric's eye. He gives a slight nod. She nods back. Interior Carol and Peter's Brooklyn apartment. A week later, morning. Carol looks out her window at the view of Manhattan as she talks on her cell phone.
I swear I've never seen anything like it. I didn't think anything would change. But something shifted in me. I witnessed strangers coming together and saying things we don't usually say. Then we created something together that really impacted the community. For the better. Even Peter is totally fired up about these gatherings.
A voice, distant and muffled, comes through the phone.
Well, sure, you could do this in Cleveland. You'd just need a facilitator.
The voice responds, unintelligible.
As a matter of fact, Peter and I want to become facilitators. Then we could come out to Ohio and lead a gathering there. So, have you cleared out the guest room yet, or is it still full of Kevin's stuff? We'll need a place to stay.
Carol ends the call and scrunches her brow. She looks over at Peter in the recliner. He's reading the news on his iPhone.
Peter, we'd better get on it and call Allison to find out what we need to do.
She searches her contacts and presses Allison's name. Ring, interior, Dennis and Allison's apartment, Allison's ringtone.
Hey, Carol. Good to hear from you.
You too. Look, Peter and I want to talk to you about learning how to facilitate gatherings. We think it's right up our alley.
Wow, that's great, Carol. It looks like we're going to need more facilitators.
So what do we do?
I'll give Jimena a call and see what needs to happen next. I'll let you know what I find out.
We'll be waiting. Thanks, Allison.
Coffee shop, the next morning. Allison and Dennis greet Jimena outside the coffee shop entrance. They enter and line up at the counter to order their drinks. To Allison.
Just get me a dark roast black. I'll get a table.
Dennis finds a table with 2 chairs and asks someone seated alone if he can take an empty chair from their table. Allison and Jimena join him.
Glad it works for you to meet today, Jimena. We can't wait to hear your thoughts about the first gathering, and we have some questions for you.
I thought it was lovely. I heard the community meal was a success.
It was, and there is already interest in having more gatherings.
So we're going to need more facilitators.
I figured.
Carol and Peter are interested. What would they need to do to become facilitators?
We do need to develop a program for gathering facilitators, and we also need a way to support people after they've been to a gathering, when they are back in the real world implementing their projects.
They need a virtual support network and a way to stay in touch. I can help with that.
Great, that will be important. We really need a way for people to keep participating.
When I follow up with people, I can let them know how to stay connected.
And let's put together a course for people like Carol and Peter so they can start developing mastery in facilitating gatherings.
Interior church basement, facilitator development, Brooklyn, spring 2025. Lenny and Jimena tape papers to the wall. Jimena steps forward.
We're so glad you're here because it sure looks like we're going to need a lot of facilitators.
She looks around at the 6 faces focused on her. Peter, Carol, Jason, Suzanne, Jamal, Leah.
Welcome to this deep dive into co-creating desired futures. After this weekend facilitation intensive, we'll be staying in touch regularly so we can support one another and keep developing our skills. As you know, gatherings are offered freely from the heart, and that includes this program, but we all need to pay our bills.
Jimena gestures to the hat on the end of the table by the door.
So at each event, including this one, we pass the hat and ask that you contribute what feels right to you.
Jimena steps forward and looks at every person as she speaks.
Every gathering is different, but they all explore the same basic question. What is one meaningful step we might take together to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community?
Suzanne interrupts.
Like when we did the community dinner at Damien's.
Yes, that was definitely a meaningful step. The best way to learn facilitation is to experience it and also to take turns practicing. So here, we will be exploring some actual issues, things that we care about. And the more controversial, the better. We'll choose a challenge we face in our own communities and explore possible creative responses to it. That's how we co-create desired futures.
Musing out loud.
Co-creating desired futures. I like that.
Who would like to start?
Interior, art studio in Brooklyn Army Terminal, Friday evening. Summer, 2025. Gathering is in full swing with 12 new participants. Carol co-facilitates with Lenny. Russ, in his 50s, wiry, intense, raises his hand. Russ.
Well, my quality of life is definitely going downhill, and I can't believe that people are letting it happen.
This question about quality of life angers you.
I wake up every morning and see Project 2025 unfolding before my eyes. Democracy is dead. We're all doomed to live in fear of each other, if not the government itself. I can't even fathom it.
It seems unthinkable to you that this can be happening here in America.
Never thought it could. Who knows? Maybe they'll come and arrest us for doing one of these gatherings.
You're wondering if you can even feel safe here. You've been thinking a lot about this, haven't you?
Russ nods slowly.
If there was something you could do about it, what would that be?
I'd want to shout from the rooftops, "Wake up, everyone!" I'd gather so many people together that we'd change the whole Constitution.
Jimmy, sarcastically,
Good luck with that.
to Russ. Shikathium?
Change the Constitution to what?
Amend it to say that everyone has a right to housing, food, water, electricity, healthcare, that any time we use a resource we need a plan for regenerating it.
Excitement fades.
Fat chance of that, though.
You can see a way forward, but sounds like you don't have much hope that it could actually happen.
I'm not seeing it. We're not ready yet.
He looks around the room at the others, sighs.
Anything else you want to say, Russ?
That's about it for now.
Carol steps back and nods to Lenny. Iris, 20s, ripped jeans, jumps up, raising her hand, excited.
Iris, let's hear from you.
Iris. Addressing Russie.
I'm in. Let's change the Constitution then.
Turns back to Lenny.
Could we do that?
Carol writes, how can we change the Constitution under problem statements?
I mean, if it's too hard to change it for the whole country, maybe we could come up with a constitution for our community.
Interior, Dennis and Allison's apartment. Evening, fall, 2025. Allison enters with a basket of laundry and dumps it on the couch. Dennis is focused on his laptop at the kitchen table. He leans forward, squinting at the gathering's website spreadsheet. To himself.
Holy moly, that can't be right.
What?
Look at this. So many people are signing up for gatherings. They got locations, they've confirmed participants. They're just waiting on facilitators.
We need way more facilitator development.
Jimena thinks we might need to bring in AI soon, to help with writing on the charts and to teach empathy and listening online. She says AI is pretty good at empathy.
Frowns.
I get it. But people already feel like AI is creeping in everywhere. They're suspicious of it.
East Coast Beach, future, 21:49 waves gently lap at the sand. Small cottages line the beach. The sound of cheerful chatter rises from the porch of Pietro's house. Micah bursts out the door, wearing a swimsuit, his towel flying behind him. His friend Pietro trails right after, laughing as they pass all four of their parents sitting around the porch table. Together, they race, shouting, and dive into the waves, swimming and splashing, the sun shining on their backs. As Micah floats, laughing, he glances up towards the houses on the shore. His expression becomes serious. Micah.
Pietro, look, the water's going right up to your porch.
Pietro's laughter fades as he turns, squinting in the direction of his house. Pietro.
Yeah, the tide's coming in. It keeps getting higher and higher. My parents have been getting worried about that lately.
He swims over to Micah, motioning for him to follow.
Come on, I'll show you.
They make their way toward Pietro's house. Pietro gestures to a water line etched into the corner post of the porch.
See this? It's still going up. It'll be up to here soon, and then tomorrow when the tide comes in again, it will probably be up to here.
He points to another spot, half an inch higher.
It's the sea level rising, because of climate change.
But if it keeps going up like that, the water will get right up on your porch. Won't it get inside your house too?
Pietro hesitates for a moment, looking at the rising water.
Yeah, my parents say we'll have to leave, not just us either. Everybody along the beach will need to move.
But where will you go? Where will everyone go?
My parents have been going to gatherings to talk about this. Let's ask them. You probably don't have to worry about stuff like this, huh?
Pietro and Micah scramble up onto the porch. Sky and Danny are sitting around the table chatting with Pietro's parents, Felicia, 37, and Gabriel, 38. To the grown-ups, alarmed.
Are you seeing how high the water is getting? It's almost up here on the porch.
The adults stop their conversation and turn to Micah. Gabriel speaks directly and calmly. Gabriel.
We've been watching it rise for a while now. We knew this was going to happen.
What are you going to do?
We've been talking about it at the gatherings for many months.
Danny.
Will you be wanting to come to the city?
Felicia.
No city for me. My parents moved to this old cabin before I was born. I've loved being next to the ocean.
There must be others like you.
There's probably hundreds of beach people like us.
At the gatherings, we created a project to construct a small seastead 15 miles out at sea.
He points out to the horizon.
We've been working with engineers and biologists to help with the plan.
Sky.
Why do you need biologists?
Part of the plan includes a wide breakwater made with sargassum seaweed and kelp to protect us from heavy waves. Biologists can help with that.
The seastead will start small, maybe 50 people or so. It will be made up of floating modules made with 3D extrusion. Then we can add more as we go along.
Looks out at the water.
Is this seastead going to be built in time?
Yeah, well, you see, that's the problem.
The sea level is rising a lot faster than we thought.
So in the meantime?
We may need to be city folks for a while, if there's room.
This is depressing. Come on, Micah, let's get the binoculars and go up on the roof to see if we can see anything from up there.
Pietro and Micah dash inside and head up the narrow stairs to the attic. They crawl out the window onto the roof and take turns peering through the binoculars as waves crash against the houses. Interior, Dennis's and Allison's apartment. 2 years later, morning, 2027. Dennis is frying eggs and buttering toast. Allison is at her laptop at the kitchen table.
Mel sent a link to a podcast he said we should listen to. Here.
Allison turns up the volume. Podcaster.
Today I want to talk to you about these meetings that seem to be popping up all over the place. Have you heard about them? Maybe your neighbor or uncle or sister has been to one and has come home raving about it. Well, watch out, folks. There is conspiracy afoot. These people are woke lefties who want to take all our hard-earned tax money for handouts to immigrants and criminals. They're starting to take over. Have you seen some of these projects they've been posting? Here's one. Let's make sure every neighborhood in Kansas City has a gathering. This is an invasion. Who are these people?
Allison stops the podcast.
Where does this guy come off talking this way? Has he ever even been to a gathering?
Honestly, I'm surprised that this didn't happen sooner. People are afraid of everything these days.
But I didn't expect such strong objections.
Well, now everybody knows somebody who's been to a gathering. It's because of you, Allison. You started a movement.
Brushing it off.
Maybe somebody should get this guy to actually come to a gathering.
Good luck with that.
Interior meeting room. Unknown location in Ohio. A month later, 2027. 12 participants are sitting in a semicircle. Peter writes, "How can we make childcare more affordable?" on a sheet titled Problem Statements. To a participant.
Do you have more to say about that?
Bang! The door suddenly bursts open. A blonde bearded gunman, age 19 or 20, barges in wielding a semi-automatic rifle. He appears nervous, impulsive, inexperienced. Participants scream and run toward the far wall. Peter positions himself in front of them, arms spread wide, protectively. Carol pauses for a moment, and then takes a step towards the gunman, staring at the gun.
Wow, looks like you're dead serious about something.
Gunman. Eyes narrow.
Damn right, this is one of those conspiracy meetings. You woke lefties are trying to take over.
Are you planning to shoot us? Because we're here to listen. If you shoot us, we can't do that.
Gunman looks at Carol, then at the others. Shifts uncomfortably. Beads of sweat appear on his face. He wags the weapon as he speaks.
You're ruining America. Look at you, sitting around talking while awful things go on in the world. And
he nods roughly towards a person of color in the group.
You're mixing with everybody. Those people don't belong in our country.
You are saying those people don't belong in America? Go on.
You're letting all these criminals come across our borders. They take our jobs and they don't even speak English.
They cross our borders, take our jobs, and they don't speak English. What else?
Impatiently.
Quit talking to me like a parrot. You heard me.
I did.
Gunman jerks his weapon and waves it towards participants, and then looks back at Carol.
What do you think should be done about these things?
Maybe I should just shoot all of you.
He waves the gun in the general direction of the group.
You gotta send them back. Take back our country.
One of the participants slowly attempts to ease his cell phone out of his back pocket, glances back at it, pushes emergency. A voice responds. Voice from phone.
What is your emergency?
Gunman's eyes flash. He grips the gun and aims toward the sound. The man drops his phone. Crash.
What is your emergency?
Peter looks intently at Carol. Gunman freezes. Carol steps between him and the group. He shifts his focus to her. To Carol.
See, we have to get rid of these people. They're troublemakers. They're gonna ruin everything.
They'll ruin everything, and if you shoot them, your life will be ruined.
Eyes closing.
My life is already ruined.
He puts the gun under his chin. Participants gasp. Softly.
We are here to listen to what you have to say about your life being ruined.
Gunman's hands are shaking. Face reddens. Drops to his knees and rifle clatters onto the floor. Barely audible.
No one listens.
Gunman sobs. Carol bends down and carefully pushes the gun away, keeping her attention on the gunman as she stands back up.
Take your time. You may not think so, but what you have to say is important to us.
A black male participant moves slowly toward the gun, picks it up, and skillfully ejects the cartridges.
I lost my job, and if I can't pay my rent, I'm gonna get kicked out onto the streets. Where the fuck am I supposed to live? Those damn shelters are full of stupid fucking immigrants who can't speak English. They're taking all the jobs.
You have no job, nowhere to live, and the shelters are full of people you can't relate to who are making things worse for you.
What the fuck do I do? Kill myself? My girlfriend cheated on me and now she won't talk to me.
Bang! Door swings open. A police officer bursts in, reaches for his gun. Officer.
Everyone hands up.
Everyone's hands go up. The gunman, still kneeling on the floor, turns and raises his hands too. The officer glances at the rifle laying near the wall next to the black participant who disarmed it, points his gun towards this participant.
What's going on here?
We appreciate your checking in, officer. There was a misunderstanding, but I think we are okay now. If you can remove the gun with no questions asked, then we will all feel safer here.
The black participant shows his hands. The officer picks up the weapon and checks to make sure it's not loaded. A voice comes over the officer's radio. Radio voice. Distorted.
Police dispatch to 75th and Vine, robbery in progress, shots fired.
The officer looks at the gun he picked up, looks at the people in the meeting room, shakes his head, and strides heavily back out the door, taking the weapon with him. Gunman stares after him.
I don't know your name, sir.
Jake. Name's Jake.
Are we okay, Jake? Can I tell these people that they are safe?
Jake looks down. Carol glances towards Peter and the others who are still standing over by the wall. She looks back at Jake. He nods, avoiding eye contact. Quietly to Jake.
What we are considering here at this gathering is, what is one meaningful step we might take to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community? Everyone includes you, Jake. As far as I am concerned, you are welcome to stay. Anyone object?
No one objects. Carol pulls up a chair for the gunman to join the group. She nods towards Peter, who gestures for other participants to come back to their seats. They hesitate briefly, then slowly return. The gunman looks at them, looks at Carol, and then takes the seat.
Okay.
Looks at Jake.
You were saying some things that are important to you. Having a job, having a place to live, being around people who understand you. I think we can all relate.
Interior Dennis and Allison's apartment, a week later. Dennis scrutinizes his laptop screen at the kitchen table.
Allison, you need to see this.
Allison steps over to him. She leans in as he pulls her beside him, pointing to the screen where the headline reads, Gatherings Facilitator Talks Down Gunman in Ohio.
Look, it's Carol on Good Morning USA.
He presses play. The screen shifts to a well-lit interview with Samantha Reeve. Samantha Reeve.
You're being hailed as a hero, Carol. What gave you the strength to step up when a gunman barged into the gathering you were facilitating?
The camera cuts to Carol sitting calmly in a chair. She speaks directly to Samantha.
I don't see myself as a hero, Samantha. When I became a gathering facilitator, I felt like I'd found my purpose, my true calling. I've been blessed with so much in life, and I just wanted to give something back.
She pauses, glancing toward the camera.
When I saw that gun pointed at me, I don't even remember thinking about it. I just stepped forward towards him. I suppose in that moment, my instinct was to protect the space we'd created for people to speak, to be heard. Even him, even the man with the gun. I knew if I had to, I would give my life to protect that.
And despite everything, he ended up staying at the gathering?
That's right. It was the most extraordinary thing I've ever witnessed. The other participants were somehow able to set aside their fear and their judgment and welcome him.
And, as I understand, the police didn't arrest him? How did that happen?
They removed the weapon, but right at that moment, they were called away to another emergency. I think they sensed we were no longer in danger.
Dennis and Allison exchange a look. Allison places her hand on her chest. Dennis reaches to touch her face. She closes her eyes as he gently and passionately kisses her lips for the first time. End of Act 2.